Hello everybody and welcome to the Heroclix headquarters. Today we've got another top 5 Heroclix countdown for you, coming from one of our YouTube commenters saying we should cover Captain America next. And we will, but specifically Steve Rogers' Captain America this time. If you guys want us to cover alternate Captain Americas, let me know in the comments. Anyway, onto the list. Alright, and coming in at number 5, we have the Captain America from the original Avengers Fast Forces. I really like this Captain America at either 50 or 100 points. Starting at 100, he's got 10 movement with running shot, 11 attack, 17 invulnerability, 3 damage, and a 6 range. He's got the same Avengers Founder trait that all of them from that starter Fast Forces have. He's got this special attack power on his 100-point line, which is really good. That basically gives him like a ranged flurry attack from 6 range, can be really strong. And then the special on his damage, Avengers Assemble, that lets you give him a power action, and you can choose another friendly character that shares a keyword and doesn't have 2 action tokens, and immediately give them move action as a free action at half their movement, which can combo really good with a lot of Avengers, especially some Hulks and some like Spider-Mans maybe. So I really like that combo a lot, and he's coming in at my number 5 pick. Alright, and coming in at our number 4 pick, we have Captain America from the Avengers Age of Ultron starter set. This guy is really cool because he's got this shield toss trait that when Captain America makes a close attack, all squares within 6 squares line of fire are considered adjacent. So he has a 9 movement with charge, a 12 attack, 3 damage, 18 toughness, and indomitable. And he's also got the Avengers Initiative team ability, so he can move through hindering and see through hindering. So basically being able to kind of running shot with that charge can really take people by surprise, and especially it gets around stuff like energy shield deflection, and it's just a neat little trick. But I really like this guy for his Heart of the Avengers damage power. Captain America can use leadership. He can use it normally or as a power action. If he uses it as a power action and succeeds, you can remove an action token from all friendly characters with the Avengers keyword within 6 squares. So besides just having really good stats and a really cool shield toss special, he's got that really awesome leadership that can potentially take a token off of your whole team, really, if you set it up right. And at only 100 points, he's a really good Captain America, so he's coming in at number 4. Alright, and coming in at number 3, we have the Captain America from the Captain America and the Avengers set. He's really good for only 85 points. He's got 6 range, triple target. He's got that running shot with a 12 attack, impervious, indomitable, 3 damage. He's got improved movement through hindering and characters. He's got this nice assembled Avengers trait that lets you, once per turn when he hits, you can roll on a 5 or 6. If you have 3 or more Avengers, you can either remove a token from him or give a token to a hit character. And if you have 6 or more Avengers, you can do both. So that can come in handy if you get it once in a while. And then he's got this special damage power. Let's finish this Avengers leadership. If he rolls a 6 for leadership or his assembled Avengers trait, until your next turn, friendly characters can't have their combat values negatively modified, which I feel like doesn't come up a whole lot, but it could be useful in certain situations. But really also this living legend trait makes this guy crazy good because the first time he would be KO'd, you can instead turn him into his last non-KO click and roll a d6 and immediately heal him of half the result, protected pulse wave. So then when you look at his card here, he's got a pretty good 6 clicks of life, but that could easily turn into, like 9 maybe. Which is pretty good for only 85 points, especially with these kinds of stats and powers the whole time. So this guy's really good, and he's coming in at number 3. Alright, and coming in at number 2, we have all 3 Shifting Focus Captain Americas from the Secret Wars Battle World set. And starting off with the common version, over here, he's got the improved movement through hindering terrain and a trait that is a free action. You can choose running shot or close combat expert, and you'd be able to use that until your next turn. And he's got maybe the best stats of the 3 of them with that charge with a 12 attack, 3 damage, and 18 defense with combat reflexes and indomitable, and a 6 range for his running shot. And so that's really good, especially if you could running shot in, and then next turn you could charge, and if you're already adjacent, you could pick close combat expert and have a 5 damage with a 12 attack. It's really strong. He only has the Avengers keywords, but the other one makes up for that. So the uncommon version has only the shield and spy keyword, but again, you could just start with whichever one you need and then switch to the other ones without breaking your theme later. So that's pretty cool. And this one has the trait that gives him energy shield deflection, and you can choose one to last until your next turn. Adjacent friendly characters modify defense +1 against range attacks, or you can choose a side of his square, and as long as he occupies that square, opposing lines of fire drawn through that side of the square are blocked. So that's a really cool way to represent his shield, either shielding his whole team or just entirely blocking off a section of his square. And he's with that traded energy shield deflection, he's also got toughness and shape change. He's maybe the best defended Captain America, and he's also got the shield team ability. So that's giving your friendlies +1 to range as well. And if you wanted to take the power action for the damage, might be a waste of his own action, but the sidestep does help with positioning to give all those nice bonuses to your friends. And then this Captain America is the leader Captain America with his trait leadership. When Captain America uses it, you may give him an action token. If you do, increase the result by +2. So if you really need to get that leadership role, you can give him an action token and just about guarantee it. And then he's got this other damage power, which is when Captain America uses his leadership and succeeds, you can choose a combat value except damage, and friendly characters within 5 squares that share a keyword with him or any of these other Captain Americas on your sideline modify the chosen combat value by +1 until your next turn. So if you really need to get an action token off somebody, or you really want to up your whole team's attack or defense, it's really good leadership there. And he's not bad either with sidestep, 10 attack, 3 damage, 18 energy shield, and a 5 range, and that indomitable still. So for all of those reasons, these guys are coming in at number 2. All right, and before we get to our number 1 pick, we have a few honorable mentions I want to go through. Over here, first of all, we have the super rare Captain America from the Avengers Assemble set. He's pretty good. The main reason I like this guy is the improved targeting through elevation and outdoor blocking. And this cool Avengers world trait where Captain America and adjacent friendly characters of a lower point value with the Avengers keyword can use leadership. And then also leading by example, Captain America can use energy shield deflection, and when another friendly character with the Avengers keyword uses leadership and the result is a 6, remove an action token from Captain America. So you can give people leadership, and if they roll a 6, you could just remove a token from him or remove a token from him from his own trait. So he can really just keep going and keep going as long as you roll decently on your leaderships. But the only reason he's not quite on the list is because at 150 points, he always felt a little bit overcosted to me. Even with the awesome improved targeting, it does have sidestep and a 12 attack and an 18 with toughness and indomitable and a 6 range double target. But if you add up him and the Iron Man and the Thor from that same set, they come out to 620 points, I believe, and I always just felt he should be 130 points to make that nice and even. But anyway, under our next honorable mention, we have the Captain America from the Sidekick Night special little event thing they had. This guy's pretty good. For only 50 points, he's got traded energy shield deflection, and then he's got a, sorry about that. He's got charge, 11 attack, 17 with combat reflexes, and a 3 damage with leadership. So with the traded energy shield deflection, he's going to have a 19 defense no matter what. You know, he's got good attack and damage most of the time. At the end there, he's got the sidestep with the close combat expert and the willpower. And 6 clicks is pretty long for only 50 points, and he does have 5 range too, so thought he was worth a mention. And so is this guy. I almost put him on the list because for only 50 points, his respected leader damage power there. Captain America can use leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When he does, on a result of a 6, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with the Avengers keyword within range. So when that goes off, that's really good. He does have a 5 range, so that's a 5 square reach with his trait there. And he does have sidestep, charge, energy shield, and then combat reflexes, and a 10 attack, 3 damage pretty much the whole time. He does get an 11 at the end. And he's only 50 points. He's got Indomitable. I really like him for a cheap version of Captain America. But that's not all. I have one more secret honorable mention here. Steve Rogers. Now, technically, I was only going to do Steve Rogers named Captain America, but I wanted to give this guy a little shout out because for only 50 points, the ability to make anybody that's 50 points or less have the Avengers or Shield keyword. This game is just too good, especially with he's got the Assembled Avengers trait, he's got the Living Legend trait, he's got Sidestep, he's got the Shield team ability, he's got Perplex. He's just too good for 50 points, and I didn't want you guys to think that I forgot about him. He might be an honorary number 2 if I was to include characters named Steve Rogers, but I wanted to keep it specifically Captain America's. Anyway, on to number 1. Alright, and now for the number 1 Captain America in Heroclix is this guy right here from the Avengers Black Panther and the Illuminati set. He's got a additional 5-point trait to start. He can start the game equipped with a time gem. And now he's 95 points, but you're pretty much going to want to use that trait every time to make him 100 points, because the time gem will give him probability control and +1 to his range. And he does have a 9 movement with a special that gives him charge, running shot, and sidestep. 12 attack, 18 invulnerability and indomitable, and he also has that trait that as a free action he can choose combat reflexes or energy shield deflection, and you can use that until your next turn. And then on his damage, he's got a 3 damage with leadership, and when he uses it with the time gem equipped and succeeds, after resolutions he can remove an action token from a friendly character, which means he could potentially remove 2 action tokens from friendly characters in a turn, maybe even one from himself if need be. And there's no adjacency requirement to that, so that could be anywhere on the map too. So the ability to charge or running shot or sidestep in any order, and to leadership potentially 2 action tokens at a time, and prob control, and an 18 invulnerability with either energy shield or combat reflexes, whichever you need. And then with the prob on top of that is just crazy, and a 12 attack, so he's going to be hitting his shots. And then if we look at the back of his card here to see his stats, they remain good pretty much the whole time. He does get some outwit there at the end with some sidestep precision strike, so he's going down swinging no matter what. This guy is just so good that I could not think of a better Captain America to put at number 1. Alright, if you liked my list, be sure to leave a like on this video. If you didn't, let me know your top 5 in the comments. And while you're there, why don't you nominate your favorite character for our next top 5 video? And be sure you click that subscribe button. Until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.